Today in class we were solving story problems, and we had to decide whether or not to use addition or subtraction. And this is how we went about figuring out what we should use. So we read the problem first. Jill bikes 15 miles in the morning, 17 miles in the afternoon. How many miles does she bike in all? So we have a 15, we have a 17. Here's the question. And what I had the kids do is using their hands as a kind of a part total, and we end up coming up with this. So Jill bikes 15 miles in the morning. She bikes 17 miles in the afternoon. How many does she bike in all? And we don't know what it is, what that total is. So transfer what we just said over to our bar diagram. We don't know what the total is. We know that she biked 15 miles in the morning, 17 miles in the afternoon, and that's our bar diagram. So looking at the bar diagram, we can tell how the numbers are related. And once we figure out how the numbers are related, we can create our equation. And by looking at the bar diagram, it is 15 plus 17 equals question mark. We don't know what that total is. So since we're adding, 15 plus 17, 10 plus 10 is 20, 7 plus 5 is 12, and then add up the partial sums and we get 32. So 32 is the answer to that problem. So we kind of act it out using our hands. We take that information and we put it as a bar diagram. The bar diagram tells us how the numbers are related. That helps us make the equation, and then we can solve it. So we're going to try the same thing on problem number 2 from tonight's homework. So Maria makes 21 thank you cards. She mails 13 of the cards. How many cards does she have left? So if we were going to use our hand model, Maria makes 21 thank you cards. That's everything together. She's going to mail off 13 of them. So we're going to put the 13 here. And what actually the kids will do is they'll move their hand away, and what are we left with? And this is what we don't know. So when the two hands are together, that's the total, and each hand individually is a separate part. So we have a question mark for one part, we have a 13 for the other part, and we have a 21 for the total. So now that we know how the numbers are related, we can create our equation. And to make the equation, we could go 21 minus 13 equals, I don't know, so 21 minus 13 equals question mark. And then we just need to solve the equation. So I have to regroup because I can't take 3 from 1. So 11 minus 3 equals 8. 1 minus 1 is 0. So there are 8 cards left. If we were going to check our work, what we could do is go in the opposite direction. So instead of 21, 13, 8, we start with 8, and we do the opposite sign, plus 13. So 10, and then 8 plus 3 is 11. 11 plus 10 is 21, and they match. So we got that one correct. So that's how we ended up figuring out if the story problem was addition or subtraction. We used the hand part total to model the problem. Then use that information to help us make the bar diagram. Then use the bar diagram to make the equation, and then solve it. It's 4 steps. If your kid can do it just making the bar diagram and doesn't need using the hands, then by all means. But this is something that we're doing to try and get the students to visualize what the problems are asking. All right? Thank you much.